Hi, I'm Colonel Wes McClellan, Deputy Director of Force Management and Domestic Operations Director for the National Guard Bureau. And our role is to support the domestic preparedness, be advocates for the states and territories so that they are prepared to support their governors and other civil authorities. That is first and foremost for us. Additionally, we support the Chief of the National Guard Bureau's advisory roles as a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. You know, we have this National Guard counter-drug program called the Host Nation Rider Program. And unfortunately, in 2001, a U.S. missionary plane was shot down over Peru. They did an investigation and found out that procedural errors and language barriers contributed to that incident. So as a result of that incident and others, they decided to institute a program that required all counter-drug aircraft flying in our host nations to be accompanied by an Air National Guard member who's a member of our Host Nation Rider program. Yeah, in 2012, they hosted the Summit of the Americas Conference, and the President of the United States, as well as 32 other heads of nations, they were safeguarded as a result of the efforts of our Host Nation Riders. They contributed to the security posture for that event, so they were value added for that event. They also participated in some hostage rescue missions. There was 4 soldiers and 6 police officers, I believe, that had been held captive by the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia for as long as 14 years. And through their efforts, they were able to free and liberate those military members and law enforcement officers. Last year, unfortunately, we lost one of our Host Nation Riders, Master Sergeant Martin Gonzalez. Him and a couple of Department of Defense contractors and a Panamanian Host Nation Rider lost their lives while conducting operations in the U.S. Southcom AOR.
Great.
To better appreciate what these guys do as far as value added for the National Guard, they coordinate with law enforcement agencies and members of the host nation military. They have to be present on all flights in the U.S. Southcom area of responsibility, including air bridge denial flights. These Air National Guard members are very culturally diverse. They are native speakers of multiple Latin American languages. They interface daily with members of the Colombian Air Force, Army, Marines, and without leveraging these Host Nation Rider program members, we would not have been able to interdict approximately 25 to 30% of the counter-drug flow in those nations. And those drugs would have a street value of approximately $8 billion. So they have significant contributions toward addressing transnational threats. Another thing is, we leverage diversity. When we employ the best and brightest that the Air Guard has to offer. These Host Nation Riders, because of their cultural experience and their ability to speak multiple languages, they've strengthened not only our ability to support Southcom, but also our military-to-military relationships as well as our military-civilian relationships in the counter-drug arena. They are a high-demand, low-density skill set, and they are great value added for our nation. I think that we're part of the same team. Not everybody looks the same or acts the same or talks the same on that team. So, much like the Navajo code talkers from World War II, I think our ability to leverage diversity brings strength to the nation, brings strength to the National Guard, and that's why I think it's important that we leverage diversity.